section, I am going to go through my digital data collection resource and what that actually looks like and inside of it so that you know that you can be as prepared as you need to be for this school season in your IEP documents, your digital data, your behavior, your life skills, or independence. And so I want to make sure that you see totally inside of this resource so that you know exactly what you are getting and the 3 different components that are involved in it. So I want to make sure that we get a full insight to it. So I'm going to share my screen to show exactly what you would get to see inside. So this is the resource that I'm talking about. It is a bundle. There are 3 different sets in here. So you have behavior, you have your life skills or independent skills, and you have your IEP documents. So we're going to go through that. You would click add to Google Drive if you've downloaded this and you've bought this resource already. And you would get literally these files here, these ones that say do not delete. You will not see do not delete. This is the one that are in my drive so that you can access them so to get them on your drive. So let's start with behavior. So you have my terms of use in there. If you've bought the bundle, you will also get a new student form, which looks like this. So if you have a new student, here are some just basic information about the student. What type of transportation do they have? What kind of food do they get at school? Any safety or behavior issues or concerns? Any type of communication systems that they have? Bathrooming and independence is also very important. Motivation and rewards for that. Any types of favorites. So again, new student information. This is very helpful. If you talk to parents, how much communication do they want? So that's a very, very, very comprehensive guide to see inside all of that. And then also a back to school parent communication form. So again, very similar questions, but like it's more of like, what's your goals for your child? What do you need to see them do this year? That kind of thing. If you are looking for more help, I do have an opportunity where you can set up a one-to-one meeting with me where I can help you, or you can watch a 15-minute training video, and that is here too. So both of those links are there if you really need some more support. So again, let's go into that behavior data. So here are all of the behavior data options that you can see. Again, that help is there, my terms of use is there. But if you're looking for like an antecedent behavior consequence, this is literally what it looks like. And so you make sure that you fill out which staff member, we don't want staff 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually want to put it in as their names so that we know who is collecting this ABC data. The class type that you have, you put all of those. Locations, I've already put a lot of locations in there, but maybe there's something else and you want to add just another option. You can totally add another option. What type of activity was happening? What was the potential target behaviors that maybe you're looking at? What was the antecedent to that behavior? What was the consequence? What happened? And what was maybe the perceived function? So those are some common things. And then you'll collect the responses and you can view in sheets. So that view in sheets is that feature that will put this all into a chart or a graph for you, which I absolutely love. So if you are collecting data on an iPad or a phone or your laptop, this is a very quick way to just like implement, and you can just keep going. So it has an ABC, it has a discrete trial. So if you're looking at that, it has duration. So how long that something is taking place. Again, it's a lot of those same questions. When did the behavior start? When did the behavior end? And I always have a comment section just in case you need to add a little bit more details in there. Frequency, how often something's happened, the level of intensity, also good. Recording, so it's a 15-minute, a 30-minute, or a 45-minute. Observational, so if you're doing an observation of a student in a different class, this is a great one for that. Off task or on task behavior, so it's time on task, time off task. So it's similar to the last one. What time were they on task? What time were they off task? So you can put in all of that. Prompting, so how much support and prompting did they need for a task, and what was the prompt that was used? How long did that task take? And then time sampling, so that's a random time sampling, and that is totally all you get for the behavior inside. I say that's all you get, but there are literally, let's look at it, 12 Google forms that you will get that relate to behavior. So again, they are all listed in the resource here if you're finding that. And then you can also see it in the preview as well. So again, if you feel like you're not seeing all of these things, this is literally what you are getting. Just make sure to check out those previews because it will really give you a more deep dive. So let's go into this life skills one next. So you see what the life skills looks like. I'll start at my bottom again because for some reason I have them in reverse alphabetical order. Combing or brushing your hair, changing your clothes, washing your face, hand washing. So let's open that one. Hand washing, you put your students' names in there, and then the prompt that they needed, just as fully as washing hands is, and then the type of prompt. So if you want to break down the steps of hand washing, you are welcome to do that. This is not have that currently, but this is very easy to edit and make your own. So if you have students with seizures, this is another form that comes in this independent/life skills, start and stop time for seizures. So if you need something to track that. And then there's 3 different types of toileting. I'm going to go to toileting 3. I don't know. Does the student request the bathroom independently? What time do they go in? What time do they come out? Did they ask for extra time? Because I always have my students work or ask for extra time if they feel they need it. Pre-bathroom behavior, like were they clean or soiled? And then did they have an action in the toilet? Like yes or no? So I don't know why there's no and none. So anyways, so that's there as well. Toothbrushing, transitioning from location to location is another great one to be tracking. Maybe you have a student that elopes in the hallway. So like if you want to track their transitioning, again, amount of support that they needed. They needed somebody next to them. They needed somebody behind them, that kind of stuff. And then vocational tasks is great for task boxes and work tasks. If you have any students working on that, literally what is the task? You can just type the task here and just keep going. And then the amount of support that they needed and what support they needed. And then how long did it take for them to complete the tasks? So this is literally the form that I would use if I had any work tasks in my classroom. So that's very helpful. So those are all in there. Shoe tying, putting on deodorant, toothbrushing, transitioning, everything. And again, if you go back to this and you want to see really what inside looks like, you totally can. Just check that preview again and it'll go through literally word for word what is inside it. So, and you can see what other teachers have said too. So if you feel like that's meaningful, you can go ahead and look inside those too. Right. The last one we're going to look at is the IEP documents. So I'm going to go back here. IEP documentation. So I have a Spanish form of parent input, which I felt was helpful in an English version. I will do the English version first, and then I'll show you the Spanish. I did have somebody go and edit it and make sure that the language was correct for what I was asking. So the staff or the parent would put in their email, the child's name, what 3 things they've done well, 3 things they need help with, things they wish their child knew how to do, most important thing for their child to learn this year, what's important for you and your child when it comes to IEP goals. Maybe they really want more communication goals. Great, super helpful. And anything else related to their child performance. So it's a pretty short survey, but it really gets down to the point of the things that we want to ask our parents when it comes to IEP. So again, same thing right in here. That it's just in Spanish. Accommodation data. So again, if we're looking for what accommodation is being used, here's all of the things of accommodations that are being used. What was the task that they needed to use that accommodation for? So if you want to track that, maybe you're a resource teacher, or you plug into general education classrooms a little bit more. Again, the discrete trial is there, duration, frequency. This is relating to student goals. So if you want to know how many times, what is the goal with frequency, or how often to reach the goal or the benchmark? How often do they reach that goal or benchmark? So again, it's more like frequency. General education teacher input. This was another favorite of mine, to be able to just quick send to the teachers and be able to get some more information about like, what's the class size? What's the expectation for the students? How does the expectations of my student pertain to the general education students? How much participation has there been? That kind of stuff. So that's been really helpful. Paraprofessional input is something I don't see a whole lot, and you can trash or treasure it. But I always give my paraprofessionals some input too, like, hey, what do you feel they've really done well this year? What do you feel that there's something they can work on? Because sometimes they have some really great insight too. More parent contact and communication. I absolutely love this one because, again, who did you contact? How were they contacted? It was initiated by who? What was prompted that conversation? What was discussed? What was the outcome? And then did you need to notify your related services team? Maybe it was a change in the IEP or something like that. Did you talk to those people? That kind of thing. So another helpful one, percentage for student goals, prompting support for student goals, and then trials. So let's go into that percentage one because I feel like everybody's like 80%. So you would type in the goal area, and then your goal would literally go like right here, put in benchmark with goal of percent accuracy. So again, right in there, like, hey, read 80 words in 1 minute, or we're looking for percent, sorry, 8 out of 10 problems correct. Great, 80%. And so that's what we'll be looking for there. Again, same thing. We're looking for, reading 4 out of 5 questions correct, or answering 4 out of 5 questions correctly. Great. So you put your percent accuracy there. So yeah, that's all inside of my digital data collection resource. If you get all 3 sets, you get those added to, let's go back here. So you can see that back to school parent communication form and that new student form. If you buy the bundle, if not, you just get whatever's inside that initial folder. So if you want the behavior data, you just get inside what's in the behavior data. If you want that IEP documentation, you just get those IEP documentation ones. But again, buying the bundle gives you a couple of little extras. And then you can tweak all of these to meet your needs, which I absolutely love as well. So if you're looking for some digital data collection tools to get you ready for back to school, do it. I highly, highly, highly recommend this if you feel a little bit confident in trying to go this route. Again, I am here to support you. I want you to be able to be successful with this because I feel like this really does change the way you could take data in your classroom. It saves you time, energy, and effort. If you want to set up a one-on-one call with me, we can do that. If you need to watch a 15-minute training video on how to do it, I also have a mini course that's a 15-minute video that walks you through step by step how to set this up and how to use these. So I'm here to help. I hope it was helpful to see inside this resource, but it really can change the way you take data in your classroom. Thank you for watching today's video. If you're new here, make sure to click that like and subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. Click the bell to get notifications for when new videos get released or I go live. As always, leave a comment if you have any questions.